11 of my F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. We are officially reaching the halfway point of Season 5. And we had some very interesting qualifying results for the Austrian Grand Prix. Not the results I was expecting for myself, but interesting nonetheless as we take a look. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different teams in the top 10, all scattered throughout, aside from the last 3, which are the bottom 3 cars. You have some wide variances in qualifying order, like myself qualifying 8th, and my teammate Mick Schumacher qualifying in 14th, while you also have people like Lando Norris qualifying 5th, and Carlos Sainz qualifying 15th. Now, the Red Bulls did put an upgrade in, so they're the third fastest car, and they're closer to maxing out, and Albon was very close to pole, and in fact, again, it illustrates how close the field is. I was, 0.281 off pole, yet I qualified 8th. And, my teammate was, 3/4 of a second off pole, and he's all the way down to 14th. Where, if you look at modern F1, 3/4 of a second off pole would put you maybe in the top 6, the top 5. That's how modern Formula 1 is. But of course, as I've said before, the field is bunching up in the team performance chart. So this is the result. You get teams all over the map, drivers all over the map in qualifying. And it should be interesting to see the results of this race as well, because, for example, you have Valtteri Bottas on pole, and 3 out of his last 4 races, I want to say, since the win in Spain, have resulted in non-points finishes, if my memory serves me correct. So this could be a big race for him, for Lewis Hamilton. This could be a big race for him, because he's more than 25 points, more than a full race win behind me in the championship standings. So those two getting good results, while myself and Mick Schumacher are below them in the running order in qualifying. It's going to be very key for them to have good runs and have good results, sort of close the gap in the championship fight. And if you hear anything in the background, I am playing this race, or doing this race, while the impeachment trial for Donald Trump, the second, is ongoing. I don't know if that stuff that I put on my phone while I'm doing these races at a lower volume comes through on my headphones. If it does, it is not intentional. It's just how it turns out, I guess. Weather's going to get cloudy towards the end, but should be no rain. And if you look at the RD chart, actually Red Bull overtook Ferrari. And like I said, is now the third fastest car on the grid. And also, you're starting to see AlphaTauri's performance dip a little bit because now Renault and McLaren are both close to AlphaTauri. So that is interesting to note as well. And now let's go to the Austrian Grand Prix. It should be a very interesting race to see how it comes out, see how it turns out. First time in a while that I have not qualified either on pole or in the top 4 or 5 at Austria at the Red Bull Ring, so I have no idea where we're going to finish.
This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. The grandstands were a sea of red in 2019 thanks to the commemorative hats in honour of the late great Niki Lauda, who took home victory of course back in 1984. And it's a sellout crowd once again here today. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, just edging out Alexander Albon, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Verstappen, Ocon, the owner driver, Giotto, and Nobuharu Matsushita, Kvyat, Leclerc, Lance Stroll, and Schumacher, Sainz, Perez, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Kevin Magnussen, Russell, De Vries, Latifi, and Tatiana Calderon.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
One-stop race, but I think we'll be switching on to the mediums, not the hards.
Clutch bite is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap. Okay, our main competitors in this race are Ocon and Giotto.
So I think that if we can get by Hamilton after the first, I guess technically 3 corners, even though that that second corner really isn't a corner, I think if we can get by Hamilton by the time we get out of the 3rd turn, I would consider that a very successful start. I think we're gonna get spots. It's just a matter of how many we gain and how many we can hold on to. Of course, that first turn, sharp, almost 90-degree right-hander can be very difficult when you have a bunch of cars going in there at once on the start like this.
There's static over the radio. Say again. No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
For Valtteri Bottas, as we said, through the last 4 races, he has not scored in the points, so this could be a big moment for him to get back in the top running order. And we'll see
The
how
rest of
this
the grid is
all
forming up. Be
unfolds.
patient and watch for the lights.
As we get ready for 5 red lights for the start of the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring. And we're underway. Lights out, away we go. We get the inside of Verstappen. We're going to get there. Norris, Hamilton. Ooh, a little bit of contact with Hamilton. Is the car damaged? Yes, it is. It's damaged. Right there. See if we can get Hamilton in turn 3. Close. I think we're going to get him. Yes. Into P3 for the Austrian Grand Prix.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
Close racing here for P3 as Bottas and Gasly start to get away. Hamilton has trouble off the corner. That's going to allow Albon to get by. Well, Hamilton fights back. This could be our chance to break the DRS barrier. Those cars behind us. Hamilton and Albon continue to go side by side. Like Hamilton won that battle.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I think I could take that corner a little bit better. Meanwhile, I'm closing up to near Gasly, and I'm in Gasly's DRS range.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy.
We are going to get Gasly here for P2. Lando Norris is looking to challenge Lewis Hamilton.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
We go up onto P2. Bottas currently has the fastest lap of the race. Starting to fall back into the pack here. Gasly closes up. Kind of going to standard, burned a little bit too much fuel here. Norris trying to get by Hamilton again. Unsuccessful.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Copy.
Of course, we run some very short lap times here at Red Bull Ring. Just over a minute, not much longer.
You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing.
Well, looks like Lando might be making a move on Lewis here as they go 3 wide with Pierre Gasly. Look at that, going 3 wide through turn 3. And who's going to get the better of it? It might be Lewis Hamilton. Norris, Hamilton, Gasly, 3 wide. Turn 3. I think Lewis had the best shot because he was in the middle. Get the position. It looks like he's gonna get it. He's still side by side with Gasly. Hamilton finally got in position.
We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2. You're dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
A little too wide. This corner.
Okay, you're dropping a few tenths per lap to the car ahead. They're edging away.
Let me see if did I damage his wing at all with that? No, not really. Oh, well, the contact sends Hamilton off.
Push, push. Use your overtake button. careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
Actually got by Gasly, or Gasly got by us, and they gave us DRS. Very helpful. Gasly and Norris now go side by side. I think Norris got position.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums.
Cars diving into the
Gap
pit
to
lane.
teammate behind is 6.7 seconds.
I think we're gonna have to do our pit stop a lap early.
Understood, stopping this lap.
Planned to go to lap 17. Wasn't expecting so many of them to pit so early.
Affirmative, medium tyres at the next stop.
And the people who did pit went with some medium, some hard. So a mix.
Front wing.
Jeez, Lando, what are you doing?
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Mick is in the pits. Mick in the pits. Release, release. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Verstappen, the undercut, is actually going to jump a position here as he will move into P4. while Lance Stroll remains out on the track. He is yet to stop.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more. To run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon. Caution, caution.
Uh-oh. The one car going slow. It's the Haas of Nick de Vries.
Green flag.
He was pulling off to the side of the track. He's out of the race, but no safety car. Guess he's out of the way enough for the marshals to handle him.
lost some time to the car behind. Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. The safety car is out.
I was hoping for maybe let Verstappen go, but he's fallen way back through the running order.
of spare energy, use your overtake button. We're leading our teammate by 5.0 seconds.
Well, he ran over the boards.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on
We got
target
one
soon.
car going
Don't
slow.
wait too long to turn
One
the
way
engine
off
now.
Romeo's. That be a safety car. Pulls off the final corner. It's Magnussen.
Safety
There
car,
it
safety
is.
car. No overtaking.
car is
Reduce
out.
your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Magnussen out of the race. Safety car deployed. So two different Ferrari-powered cars have exited the race due to a mechanical failure. First 6 degrees, and now
The safety car is waiting for the leader. You may overtake it. Overtake the safety car.
now on to Magnussen. Don't know why Bottas drove by the safety car. That seemed very odd. The safety car was right there.
Drop your speed. Our delta is too low
So-
and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Yeah, that was very weird. Now the safety car has finally picked up Valkyrie Bottas. Of course, we got the two Williams cars separating myself from the leader, which is not ideal. Then I'm going to pause, because I actually have to take care of something real quick. Well, first there's a bathroom break, and then I have to also take care of something else. So, I'm going to pause this briefly, and I'll come right back and finish the Austrian Grand Prix. I should be back now. Just looking through a few things here. So, the running order as it stands is Bottas, myself, Ocon, Norris, Verstappen, Matsushita, Albon, Kvyat, Giotto, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Gasly, Schumacher, Lance Stroll, Sergio Perez, Giovinazzi, Russell, Latifi, and Calderon. Now I think we are probably going to go back racing this time by. Especially with the laps counting down. I don't think they'll wait for that Haas and
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Romeo to catch up. But hey, I could be wrong. We'll see. I guess we're going another lap. Very long safety car period for single retirement. So that means it's going to be a 3-lap dash to the finish.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember...
Oh, that was not even a... That was barely a collision. I wasn't even trying to hit her. Always gotta be careful right when they call for the safety car. Because the cars are trying to attend a brake check. Now, my ability to even come close to challenging for the win is going to come down to how quickly Latifi and Calderon get out of the way. Looking through. Here we go. Calderon,
The
goodbye.
track is clear. Green flag.
TV, goodbye. If Esteban Ocon's problems, it should make things interesting back to the pack.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
He can't do anything with Bottas. some problems in the back there. I think with the other lead lap cars trying to pass the Williams cars. Not really. There's the yellow flag shown, so I'm not sure what the yellow flag was for. Oh. I guess it was for the Williams cars going very slowly, trying to back behind everyone else. Get out of the way. Bottas sets the fastest lap of the Grand
out to
Prix.
second the lap on the car behind.
DRS should become available on the final lap of the race. So we can still see some happening yet in terms of defending my current position. The car is behind, especially if we get 1 second.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
As we come around the final corners, Valtteri Bottas will score his 3rd victory of Season 5, while I will come with P2 and extend my championship lead.
Yes, that's a podium. Excellent drive. The team have worked especially hard this weekend, and this is a fantastic reward.
Fantastic team effort to secure victory here in the Styrian Alps. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. So let's review the updated driver standings. Our championship leader not only managed to hold on to the top spot, but managed to further extend their lead. Impressive stuff. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Esteban Ocon. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
So that was the Austrian Grand Prix. We'll take a look at the championship standings. Constructors, 64 ahead of Mercedes, Ferrari 3rd, AlphaTauri back to 4th, just barely ahead of Red Bull and McLaren. Driver standings wise, the two Mercedes cars actually swapped spots. So Bottas goes to 3rd, Hamilton drops to 5th, and Verstappen stays right where he's at. So there you go there. Lots of other movement throughout the top 10. Matsushita goes up, Leclerc goes down, Kvyat goes up, Sainz goes down. They have North and Ocon moving up, Gasly going down, so a lot of stuff going on. And that was the Austrian Grand Prix.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? It was more like dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it? Appreciate your time.
Gonna renegotiate with Mick Schumacher, of course.
You can see Vice President Pence and his family quickly move down the stairs. The Vice President turns around briefly as he's headed down.
So we got that done with Mick. He's staying with the team for the rest of the season, as anticipated. Activities. Supplier HQ tour. Secondary. Actually, put the attend esports event here. And here we'll put venue opening. And we will advance because there's nothing else to do. Oh, we'll skip the invitational. We have enough money in a claim, I think. More than enough. Alright, so that's it for the Austrian Grand Prix. I'll see you next time for the British